Dino Geremia here with Football BC, taking the extra steps to make sure that contact is safe, and we're doing our piece in conjunction with the BC Lions and special guest here today from SportCore, Rob Williams. We're going to break down the positioning of the tackle and the classic hitting position, and then also that blocking position that we want to be in, all powerful, all prepared for contact. To help us out today, we've got Adam Bighill of the BC Lions and Keynan Parker of the BC Lions, two pros that are all about the safe contact. One of the most important things before we get involved in the sport of football and we start doing any type of contact is making sure we have a proper warm-up and we prepare that body for the contact, making sure that if there's a proper warm-up, you're decreasing the risk of injury. One of the first exercises we want to do is just a classic lunge. So Adam will get down into a lunge position. We want to make sure that we have opposite, so we have our left knee up, our right arm up. Proper coordination is key. Rob is going through making sure that there's a neutral spine. There's 90-degree angles in all our joints.
Neutral, 90-degree angles, front glute and heel, support the front leg, push up and through. Now we can carry on without stalling, but always working towards those 90-90 knees with core stability, neutral pelvis.
So we're just going to get some leg swings walking forward, and Adam and Keynan will start.
Now one important point on this is to make sure that you don't allow the pull of the hamstring to curl the pelvis under. Exactly. We want to maintain neutral spine, tailbone up. And as long as you can hold that spinal alignment, you'll feel the pull of the hamstring rather than just allowing the lumbar spine to break and flex. So I'm going to have the athletes drop into an athletic stance, deep in the hips, good stability. Hands are free of the knees. And all they're going to do is fire their hips and lower body in the direction I call while maintaining the position of their upper body. So dissociation of the pelvis off the rib cage. Let's go left. Right. Right. Left. Fire those hips. Left. Right.
Anytime before you enter contact in your practice, make sure that the players have warmed up their shoulders, necks, traps, especially young athletes. They get really tight through that part of their body. So just walking, even starting with a walk and rotating the shoulders as you go, and adding some movement from the neck, either looking down at the ground just lightly, looking up at the sky, looking over your right shoulder, looking over your left shoulder, and a little rotation to finish it off.
First thing I'd like to do, Adam, I just want you to drop into an athletic stance here. Okay. One of the things we really want to focus on anytime there's any contact is neutral spine, neutral pelvis with support from the core. So by neutral, what we mean, it's the same alignment that you would be in a standing position. And when you drop into your hips with a hip hinge, that spinal curve shouldn't change. So I wouldn't want Adam in a hyperextended position here at the point of contact, nor would I want him in a flexed position at the point of contact, because both of those will cause stress to the lumbar discs. It's a weak position, and he's not going to impart as much power, and he won't be as safe. So in any point of contact, neutral is always better. At that moment, we want stability by the core. So inner unit core stability to the pelvis and the lumbar spine. So if Adam gets locked in there, I'm going to challenge him right now, and I should be able to pull pretty hard on him without him breaking out of that neutral position.
When we come to the tackle, making the tackle, Adam would be running and making sure that he's attacking the ball carrier with speed and obviously aggressiveness. And as he gets closer, his feet are going to get closer to that classic position, and a step is going to explode to that crotch, and he's going to explode up and through, keeping that neutral spine. We want to emphasize that rip action. As you rip, the hips come through as well, as opposed to the classic wrap, which really exposes yourself to getting the arms out and away from the body. As the rip comes through, we finish off with that explosive hip and wide base to develop power and ensure that that ball carrier is stopped. Next position we want to go over is just the blocking position, the power in that blocking position. So our base is going to be a little wider. We still want to have that neutral spine that Rob talked about, but our weight is a little bit more through our heels and our chest is up. So Keynan, if you can drop down and give us that same position, okay? And our hands are ready to go because we want to make sure that in the block, the first thing that makes that contact is our hands in that block. And as we approach that block, the feet are coming nice and tight underneath the body and making sure that those hands are working low to high on contact.
At this point, Dino, we want to make sure that we don't drive the hips through so far that we get broken into a hyperextended position, which is a weaker position. So we want to make sure there's still neutral spine driving the power through the hips and lifting up.
We're doing our piece in conjunction with the BC Lions to make sure that contact is safe.